once we get this solved, because she was on before. She was on a launch party. Her friends were giving her from Pennsylvania, and we were on before. We lost it. It must be that we're on this strange connection way up high in this tall building overlooking the shore. That must be what's going on.
We can hear Sari.
Can you hear me?
Yes, they can hear you now.
Oh my God. Well, this is again another example of ADHD and perseverance and ingenuity and working together. And I just got the thumbs up that it's working from the other room. And ingenuity and teamwork and love and forgiveness, because not for a minute did I feel bad. You know, I feel emotional talking about it now. I didn't feel bad. I didn't feel upset. I felt everybody was helping each other and everybody loved each other. And, you know, we've developed such patience and forgiveness of ourselves throughout all these years that I think this was just a great emblematic experience about that. Does anybody have anything to say about that, Daria, to me?
So far, everyone's just happy to hear you right now.
Not my inspirational words.
Hear you and see you all in one thing. So.
Okay. But, I'd like to ask them that question. Did they hear what I said, and did anybody have any reactions? Since we're going to be doing questions and answers now.
Okay. So did everyone hear Sari's question there? Does anyone have any questions for Sari at all right now?
I'd like to know if they had a reaction to what I said about the resilience and the love and the forgiveness that we learn along the way.
Perfect. Yes. Perseverance and support and love exclamation point from Terry.
Yes. I mean, any other group I was talking to in the middle of this would have been, felt so terrible. But I know the group of people I'm talking about, and I can feel the love through the phone lines here, and the patience, because we've learned over the years we have to have lots of workarounds, right? And so this was such a perfect example of that. And, I'm going to post this afterwards for, I guess, the people who are subscribers, and they can watch it again. But I thought it was could have been a disaster, and instead it turned into like a great lesson, I think. I would love to get Liz back, though, if Terry could work on that. So
I'm working on my end as well.
Okay. So any other questions about, well, this is the topic of the book. Oh, when I read the topic, You're Not the Problem, it was amazing because I had a client just last week who the whole session was about the fact of her having to relearn again and again after a difficult situation that she wasn't the problem, that the problem is the problem. I know that's sort of a famous line, but that's what we learn over and over again. The problem is the problem. You're not the problem. And one with ADHD, especially as Liz describes about late diagnosed women, they immediately have a default of I'm the problem. I'm, not just this is a difficult situation, I'm difficult, or it's not just messy, I'm a mess, So I think her title is like so apropos to what women who are late diagnosed especially feel. And she also has a chapter in the book called Changing the Narrative. And that's exactly what we're talking about here. Changing the narrative about we're not the problem. The problem's the problem.
Terry did say she did reach out to Liz with a message. So we're waiting to hear on that. Annette did say yes on helping each other. That was a good pointer. And she did say Terry helped her find some links. So thanks to Terry. And Peggy said, yes, I sit here and think, oh, glad it's not on my side, but so patient and pulling for you on your side.
Yeah, I mean, some of these people have been there for me for years and years. And then I know there's all these new people who I'm just amazed by, all these women that I'm reading on Substack now and that are coming to my Substack. And it's just a special kind of women, I think, I guess I'm prejudiced, but it's true because I think we've learned patience and we don't judge other people. And it's just a very accepting group of people right from the beginning. So I
Yes.
appreciate everybody
And
sticking with
and
us.
that
And,
brings to Susie's. She says, "Yes, I am so persistent due to no choice!" Exclamation point.
who's that?
Susie.
Yeah, so Susie was another person I've met recently as a subscriber, uh, who's really been a great member of the community and coming to a lot of events. So I can feel a new community starting here. People are coming to these events because there's nothing like connecting live. I mean, it doesn't always work out, but even this one, I was sure I was about to call it quits. And then Daria, yay to Daria, who found amazing workarounds for us to connect. So I appreciate you very much for doing that. So
You're very welcome. I'm glad I was able to figure something out.
I don't know how she did it. I don't know if they know what you did. She got me on FaceTime, and then they got me on a different phone for a microphone, and I now definitely could not have done that alone. And so I think that just reinforces this idea about interdependence. You know, people are so worried, oh, I'm going to be dependent, or I'm going to be totally independent, and this really shows how we're all interdependent. And somebody has technical skills like Daria. I've got other skills. Other people out there have all sorts of other abilities and talents. And so, you know, that's what it's all about, I think, you know, tapping into that. So does anybody have any questions, you know, about or feedback about the community or what they'd like to see more of, or, you know, because I'm supposed to have a co-host on here. So Daria, you're it, I guess, today.
I am the co-host today. So do you guys have any questions or any other comments that could pertain to what Siri is discussing at this very moment with everyone that resonates with anyone? Oh, here we go. The nerve of the girl. And
oh yeah, she's great. I follow her on Substack, by the way, everybody.
and we got to see the Foggy. I apologize. I am horrible with reading, so apology on this one. Ethereal.
Oh, you're spelling that,
I'm
Daria?
spelling it out for you,
I
Miss
can't even
Siri.
see.
E
You think that
T
I
E T H E R E A L.
either or?
Looking Jersey Shore. My daughter has a book called Beautiful Ops about
Oh,
seeing.
ethereal, honey.
Thank you.
Ethereal. I got help from the gallery here. Yes.
Thank you. Ethereal, Looking Jersey Shore. My daughter has a book called Beautiful Ops about seeing beauty in mistakes and mishaps. This is a beautiful oops. And then Susie said, I've really enjoyed the videos you've shared this week, the heart and the humor.
Oh yeah, I was so happy. You know, one of the difficulties with Substack, I mean, the good thing is it keeps me paying attention all the time and keeps me structured. But when I have to go away, it was actually quite a feat to schedule in advance. But there was all these materials that I wanted to share all these years, you know. So my essays that I was able to share with you. Then Daria, again, technically helped me take an old video that was on YouTube from one of my favorite speeches after that difficult year of cancer. And she put it into 3 different parts and was able to post it. So if you haven't looked at it, the first, you know, goes from, it was divided into 3 parts. I guess the earlier one in the week was part 1, blah, 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 up to 3. And it was called Now I Have to Learn to Do It Without the Cancer. And Peggy had written in too a comment how, you know, understanding that sometimes it's much easier to talk about getting help for so many other visible things, but the ADHD is so elusive and difficult to explain that that's the harder one. So that's what I learned during that year of chemo and cancer, that how much easier it was to ask for help or to say what I needed than it is for my invisible difficulties with ADHD. So I hope you'll look at that, and I'm glad I was able to go on vacation and give you all these things I used to write that I did that I wanted to share with you if you hadn't seen them.
And Dee had a beautiful comment. She said, I'm glad you were finally able to get this working. I love seeing the ocean exclamation point. I'm glad I didn't give up when things weren't working.
Thank you. I mean, yeah, I mean, this time I got closer to giving up than usual, but but I didn't, and I'm so happy I didn't. I wish I could see you all. I am doing events now on Zoom, but this is the internal program with Substack, so I don't have that much control over it. But so that's why I'm always afraid. We say go live. I mean, you're completely exposed, and I guess now from an ADD perspective, I see why that's so scary, because I spend a lot of time preparing behind the scenes, and I know all of you do compensating and preparing, and when you have to go live like that, all of a sudden it's pretty scary, and things can go wrong. So I guess my takeaway from that is make sure you have a support around you, even if it's one person, some support, because things are going to go wrong with ADHD, and you're not going to know how to do things all the time, and so make sure you have some backup so that you can come on and be yourself like I am now, but I never could do that without support. So I guess that's a lesson in itself. I want to go back and show you some more of the Jersey Shore. So I'm going to put down the phone for a second. I'm going to go take my phone and flip it again. Just a second.
So we do have a
Okay.
follow-up. Annette said Annette said, wow.
Unfortunately, it just started to rain a little bit. It's very foggy, so you can't really see too much now, but it does have that ethereal feeling that someone mentioned, and that book sounded great that somebody had said. I don't know who. Oh, The Nerve of the Girl. What was the name of that book again that her daughter wrote? Sounded really
Beautiful great. Oops.
Okay, can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you. It was called Beautiful Oops.
Okay. I'll put your phone up to my ear. Okay.
And I hope that answered your question, Peggy, about why the beach is so empty.
Yeah, that's fine. It's just started to rain. I tested it out. Beautiful Oops. Beautiful Oops was the name of the book. Thank you, my assistant here. Okay. Yes, I tested it out all day, Peggy, and it was beautiful. And of course, it just started to rain right before. And that had to do with some of the technical difficulty, because it started to rain or the weather changed. So, but because on a beautiful day, on a clear day, you can see New York from here often, So this is my mother-in-law. She's out there. She's listening in the other room. And this is her place on the Jersey Shore. So that's where we're at. We're visiting.
Peggy said awesome.
Cool, yeah. All right, anybody have anything else to share or ask about? Or how about Liz's book? I bet some, because I was going to talk about Liz's book, so I bet people. Is Terry there? She want to talk about her foreword? Is Terry around to say something about she wrote the foreword, so she's obviously read it. One of the first people to read it.
Hold on a second. Let me see if I can invite Terry real quick.
She coming back on?
Hold on just a sec. In the meantime, hold on, invite guest. Okay. Why don't you keep talking about the Jersey Shore in the meantime, Miss Solden?
What?
Why don't you talk about the Jersey Shore in the meantime? Because we do not.
Okay.
Oh wait, Terry say.
Wrote a post.
Yes, you are not the problem. And then it's late diagnosis, ADHD women, and the invisible forces that shape us. That is the name of the book.
Right, I know that.
So.
But what did she say in her foreword? Would she like to make some points to?
Okay. And then the nerve of the girl asks, where can we find the book? On Liz's website or Amazon? Those are the next question.
I just found it on Amazon.
Okay. Okay. Hi, Terry. I also just sent you an invite. So that way maybe you can discuss a little bit about the forward that you wrote.
Yeah.
So be on the lookout for your invite, Terry.
Okay. Oh, by the way, Derry, can you take a screenshot of who's here for me for later? Is that possible?
I am going to try to do that for you.
Okay, because I can't see anything about who's here.
Yes.
So that would be great. Yeah. What they say? Oh, I don't know that much about Jersey. Oh, well, I do know about the Jersey Shore. My husband grew up, near Bruce Springsteen, and he took piano lessons from Bruce Springsteen's piano player before they hit it big, and then the guy quit the band, unfortunately. But that's what I know about the, Bruce Springsteen, the Jersey Shore. So shout out to all of that. And so, yeah, it's fun. And anything else? Hopefully Terry can come on, or you can buy the book and read what Terry wrote. Terry's written 2 other books of her own. So maybe she might want to talk about that too. I can't see who's even here, so I would love to be able to comment on who's here. Regina Carey's here, probably.
Yep.
Right?
Regina is
Regina
here.
Carey's is a bold partner of mine on the early iteration of this.
And I see
community.
Terry's here.
Who?
Terry's on.
Okay, Terry's got something to say.
Oh,
I mean, she can talk out loud?
hold on. Can we hear Terry, guys?
I thought you could only have 2 co-hosts.
Up
But
here.
now that Liz isn't here, we could ask. Yeah.
Yep. Oh, nope, we cannot hear Terry.
Okay.
Hold on.
All right. Well, maybe she can write a few notes that you can read. I guess everybody else can read what Terry's saying except for me, right?
Yes, except for you. You're the only one that can't see what Terry is writing in the note.
Okay. Strange.
And Terry just said, I wrote it a year ago and forgot what I wrote, exclamation point.
That's perfect. Oh, that's so perfect. Well, I guess we'll all have to just buy the book and read what Terry said. I'm sure it was great. That's so funny. Never ask an ADD woman, what do you remember that you did?
Yeah.
Okay, that's very honest. Thank you, Terry. Nobody was able to get Liz back on, though, huh?
Nope. I have not been able to. I'm still waiting from her.
She was pretty busy. She was at a launch party. I talked to her earlier. There was a lot of noise and a lot of stuff going on. So we're happy she's out there having fun and celebrating the big day, the big week for her. Mm-hmm. Is there anybody else name out there that I might recognize? Kristen did this with me last time. Kristen McClure, was she on the? I thought I saw her earlier when I was able to connect to the list.
Hold on. I'm trying to get through it, but the scroll sometimes wants to be a little iffy.
Okay. I just want to make sure I know who came after it's over.
Yep. I'm going to have them captured for you.
Okay. All right. Well, if anybody has anything else to say, we'd be happy to answer any questions. Well, it's the 4th of July coming up, so.
And Peggy just stated a comment. I am just sitting here smiling, enjoying my ADD afternoon with you all. And then Terry said, me too, Peg.
Wait a second, Daria. Someone's talking to me from the peanut gallery here. What? T. Webster? I don't know. Oh, okay. He's telling me who's on. Okay. Okay. I can't hear.
Yes.
Okay, I'm back. I missed that last thing you said because somebody was in the room. Can you repeat what you said, Daria?
Yes. So it was, Peggy said, I am just sitting here smiling, enjoying my ADD afternoon with you all. And
Oh,
Terry said, me too, Peg! Exclamation point with a smiley face. And Annette just added, me too. Happy to be here! Exclamation point.
yeah. Well, maybe someday I'll have to have a Substack subscriber party here again, where I'll get together in an actual room. That would be wonderful. You know, ever since COVID, you know, I haven't been in the actual room at a conference since 2019. So maybe we'll just have our own little separate conference someday. Not conference, get together. That would be great. Well, I think that's about it for now then. It does sound like a nice, relaxing afternoon where we're all together, and I just wish I could see you all. And I'm going to post a schedule of events when I get back, and for July and August, and I hope to have some more regularly scheduled things. And I'll be back, you know, writing live again on Friday, the day before the 4th of July. So, well, I want to thank you all so much for hanging in there. It was great. And thank you, Daria, again. Terry and Liz was on with me earlier before when I lost everybody. So, any parting comments, Daria, from anybody?
Peggy says we would love that. And she said bye-bye. And Dee said that would be fun. And Terry said yes and enjoy your trip! Exclamation point.
Thank you. All right, everybody. Thanks for hanging in there. See you later. Bye.
Thank
Bye-bye.
you so much, guys. You have a great one.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Okay, so I'm going to hang up on